Era como uma cruz? Creo que es bastante. El de una cosa, esa cosa. El de la otra, el de la.
Director sir, good morning sir. Vijay Kumar sir.
Hello, sir. Good morning. Good morning, all.
Good morning sir. Please wait for another 5 minutes sir. Please wait. Vijay sir, Director sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shall we start, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Shalini, ma'am.
Sir, I'm in, sir. Let's start, sir.
Okay. Sir,
Sir,
Irana,
what
sir.
about Chief Guest? Chief Guest joined or not, sir?
Already joined, sir. Joined, sir.
Sir, I am in, sir. I am in.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Nandini? Nandini
Yes,
Krishna?
sir.
Yes, we can
Yes,
start
sir.
now. Yes, we can start.
Okay, sir. A very good morning to one and all who have gathered here. We need technology in every classroom and in every student's and teacher's hand. It is the pen and paper of our time, and it is the lens through which we experience much of our world. With the words of David Warlick, I welcome you all for today's webinar on open digital resources for teaching in digital environment, presented by Mr. Hariprasad. Before moving into the presentation, I request our beloved participants to mute their mic at the time of presentation. Platform will be open for query when the presentation gets over. Feedback link will be available at platform when we go to the session. Now, I leave the time to Dr. Halini Bhagyam Kamala, Professor at Department of Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology, to deliver welcome address.
Honorable resource person and all the beloved participants from the Department of Library, academicians and beloved students, a pleasant morning to you all. Nowadays, we are all exposed to different digital educational tools and resources through many ways by our librarian, Dr. Senthil Kumar sir. He is arranging many programs jointly organizing with many reputed institutions. So first of all, we all thank him and appreciate him for his efforts to make us get exposed into all the different kind of tools. And I'm very much happy to be the part of this such programs. And first of all, let me welcome our Chairman and Managing Trustee, Dr. P. Krishnadas, and Dr. P. Krishna Kumar, CEO and Secretary of Nehru Group of Institutions, Kerala and Tamil Nadu, in their absence here. Next, I'm happy to welcome our Principal, Dr. P. Maniyarasan, Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology, and in his absence here. And I'm very much delighted to welcome our resource person, Dr. Irana M. Shetter, Assistant Librarian, Periodicals and E-Resources, Central Library, National Institute of Technology, Karnataka, Surathkal, Mangalore. So, Senthil sir has arranged this webinar on open educational resources for teaching in digital environment, jointly organized with the National Digital Library of India. So, the resource person is going to provide us lot of input on open educational resources. So we teachers and academicians as well as librarians, we have to be with open-minded to receive lot of input. Happy to welcome you, sir. And I'm very much happy to welcome all the librarians of different parts of country as well as from different countries. Also, I'm very much happy to welcome all the academicians and students who's eagerly waiting to get ourselves enriched. Welcome you all. Thank you.
Now, I request Mr. P.T. Vijayaraj Kumar, Director, Department of Management Studies, Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology, to give presidential address and to introduce our resource person.
The most respected resource person of today's program, learned faculty colleagues, dear librarian sir, dear most participants from various institutions, a very good morning to all. In this modern world, we are more focused on digital environment in all aspects. It may be e-resources, or it may be digital learning, or it may be digital online services. In this education sector, we are also more focused on digital environment in the modern world. We had Gurukula study, classroom education, digital learning. Now we are more focusing on digital learning. So this digital environment will be very much useful in the modern world for all of us, especially for the teaching fraternity, with the support of librarians of all the institutions. Especially these open educational resources are very much useful for all of us. Today we had the right topic with the right person, arranged by our librarian, Dr. K.R. Sendilkumar sir. So at the outset, on behalf of Nehru Institute of Engineering Technology and Nehru Group of institutions, we welcome our resource person. We wholeheartedly welcome Mr. Irana M. Shetter sir. Today's topic will be very much useful for all of us. We can learn something from this webinar. We request everyone to utilize this webinar. What are the points delivered by our resource person? What are the guidelines given by our resource person? Please make use of it. This will be very much useful for our for our life, for our academic and professional life. And as my role is, I want to introduce our today's resource person. I am very much happy to introduce today's resource person, Mr. Irana M. Shetter. He holds a bachelor's degree in science and a master's in library and information science from Karnataka University. He is qualified UGC NET, hold a MPhil on Copyright Act, its implications on digital information, and pursuing his PhD from KUD. Presently working as an assistant librarian and in charge for periodicals and e-resources management at National Institute of Technology, Karnataka, Surathkal. He has over 15 years of extensive experience in the LIS field, working with NITK, TCS, and IGIDR at different capacities. He has served as IT consultant for many library automations and digital library initiatives, primarily academic and public libraries. He is a life member to many professional associations and currently serving as a member and Emerald Library Advisory Board since 2019 and member Cambridge University Press South Asian Library Advisory Board since 2018. He has delivered more than 20 invited talks, including elsewhere South Asian eBook Forum, Kala Endowment Lecture. We train and train the trainers program. Also delivered many webinars, over 25 research papers in various conferences. Received Best Paper Award in the TIFR in 2016 and also edited research papers in various international conferences, mainly at SLA's 5th International Conference of Asian Special Libraries held at Indonesia in 2017 and 2nd International Research Conference at Sri Lanka held in 2019. He has also visited Thailand and Sri Lanka on the invitation to deliver his case studies on e-resources promotion and best practices. He has received several awards and he is one of the youngest library professionals to be recognized as one among the top 50 outstanding librarians across India by Academic Council in the year 2019. So we are very much happy to invite you for this today's webinar, sir. I hope that this webinar will be very much fruitful and useful and purposeful for all of us. Once again, we welcome you for this today's program, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now, I request our resource person, Mr. Irana M. Shettar, to Thank you, sir. Now, I request our resource person, Mr. Irana M. Shettar, to start the presentation. Sir, the platform is yours.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Sir, can you just confirm me I am audible rightly?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sir, before I start my presentation, it's my great pleasure and honor to be amongst you on this beautiful morning. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Dr. Manivarsan, Principal of Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology, Dr. Shalini Madam for her welcome speech, and my sincere thanks also due to Dr. Vijayaraj Kumar, sir, for introducing me to this August gathering. My sincere gratitude also due to my enthusiastic library professional and a friend, Dr. Senthil Kumar sir, for inviting me to deliver this national webinar on open educational resources for teaching in digital environment in collaboration with National Digital Library of India. Very good morning to all of you. My topic for today is open educational resources, in short OER, digital materials for online teaching. So this will be my presentation outline. An introduction to open educational resources. We'll try to understand how open educational work, definitions for open educational resources, and what are the different types. And we'll also try to identify where we can find these OERs. And in a third part of my presentation, we are going to stress upon OER sources and the initiatives in India. Then we'll also have a look into few of the examples of OER adoption in higher education in practice, and followed by the conclusion. So before we start the actual presentation, let us try to understand the current scenario of a world's education system right now. According to UNESCO, due to this COVID-19 pandemic, there are 1.5 billion learners which are located across 165 countries are affected by the school closures. These schools includes the colleges and the universities. That means the 87% of our world student population is affected due to this current ongoing pandemic. So because of this COVID-19 pandemic, most of our schools, colleges and the universities being closed. So which is given a disruption to the classroom teaching. But however, we should be very thankful to the ICT, Information Communication and Technology, which enabled us to explore the opportunity of an online teaching mode. Now with this reducing number, many of the countries are going on into the hybrid mode also, where the hybrid mode, when I say, so it is a mixture of online and classroom teaching. So hybrid mode also, there are a few countries which are already started the classroom teaching, but they are not in that force. So they are giving the option to the students and the parents, where either they can go for the classroom in presence teaching or a hybrid kind of a things, where partially they have to attend the classrooms, then they have to also undergo the online teaching mode. So not only this pandemic has given us an opportunity to explore the alternative teaching modules. So some of the teaching modules for these online teachings, few of the aids which a library can provide is a open educational resources. So we'll try to understand and get introduced to open educational resources. According to UNESCO, open educational resources are a teaching, learning and research materials in any medium either it might be digital or otherwise also, and reside in the public domain, or have been released under open license that permits no cost access, use, adoption, and redistribution by others with no or limited restrictions. I would like to try to get your attention to these highlighted words: teaching, learning, and research materials. You might be in a confusion that we already have lot of things on a online or a digital platform which are being used for a teaching and learning and for a research materials, research purpose, like journals, like books in a digital form. But there is a condition for to enable those content to make it into the open educational resources. That means it has to be on a public domain. That means it has to open to the whole world. It is not that means when you say it is an open license, it doesn't have any restriction. It also have few of the restrictions, and it also permits these online resources will permit with a no cost access. That means it should be freely available, and you are free to use. Sir, somebody is talking in between. Can you please ask them to mute?
So mute paniyaja. Mute sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So it will give you no cost access without any hesitations or with a limited restrictions. You can use it. You can adaptation in the sense you can adopt. You can make the alteration. For example, there is the open educational resources made for the teaching in USA, but when you want to adopt it into the Indian scenario, you can certainly make those changes. And again, certainly you have all the rights to redistribute those things. When I say the available online journals and e-books which are already available in the online mode will not be entitled as a OERs because you don't have a redistribution rights. So, but these OERs enables you to distribution. So it will help a librarian to distribute it through interlibrary loan or a resource sharing purpose. But most of these OERs comes with no restrictions, or however, there are limited restrictions we have for these OERs. What are the restrictions? I will tell you in my later stage of a presentation. So in a simple words, OERs are any digital learning materials that are available on the internet and are legally free to use, to download, to adapt or to modify or to reshare based on the licensing terms and the condition of use. So when I say OER brings two dimensions to the teaching. What are the two dimensions? One is a pedagogical dimension, which brings a lot of new topics, lot of new concepts. It also gives educational aspects in a teaching learning activity, and it is continuous and a lifelong, because once you create these OERs, these can be used for the lifelong learning experience. The person who has already undergone your graduation program, he can use these OERs for his lifetime. And digital dimension to the OERs is what it brings into the teaching is it is allows you a dynamic coalition, because the person who is in Karnataka who is teaching the same subject and somebody in Tamil Nadu in your college, both can collaborate dynamically. So it allows you to bring in a dynamic coalition, and it also helps you adopting, modifying, and a sharing of these digital open educational resources. And not only that, it connects the people, because somebody is, as these are in an open access, so people can connect with you if they have certain queries, or if they want to add some better things to those contents, they can always connect with you, and it will help you to collaborate in your subject or in an area of your teaching or a research. So these OERs works on a 5R. So what is these 5Rs? 5R is a some restrictions or a permissions, as I have told you. These 5Rs gives you a 5 permissions, which are namely retain the right to make, own, and a control
Often.
Because there is no mechanism to verify the quality of these open educational resources. Certainly, if it is supported by any of these NGO or foundations, they are doing this exercise. But in other cases, if somebody as an individual, if he can create his own blog post or something or content, there is quality issues are involved. The time is also one of the challenges for these OERs. So here we comes to our second part, where we are going to get introduced with the available open educational resources. There are certainly different types of open educational resources are available. For example, articles can be a open educational resources. You might have gone through many of these open access journals. So such things are also be a part of open educational resources. Books might be a textbook, literature or research books or a reference books. Audios in the part of podcast, recording, audiobooks, kind of a things. Images, arts, graphs, photographs, videos, films, documentary recordings. For example, this ongoing webinar might be recorded. So in that case, they can host it as a open educational resources. Like the same way, the courses, the full courses, course materials, modules, there are various types of these OERs are available. There is one important type of open educational resources which can be especially very useful for these science, technology, engineering, and a medical field is simulations. Because now due to this pandemic, our practical labs are not open to the students or for our research scholars. Using these simulations or a virtual labs or few softwares, you can certainly create alternative to the actual practical exercises. Along with these things, we also have open educational repositories where all these above mentioned open educational resources can be reposited. Like institutional repositories, OER repositories are available. You can go there, search for these different types of OERs. There are OER search engines. Many of the times our researcher or our academician end up in a searching Google itself. And in the Google also, most of us does not go beyond the third or a fourth search result page. So in that case, so OER have the exclusive search engines. So I suggest academician to go to these search engines for searching these open educational resource instead of just searching on a Google. So there are OER organizations, as I've told. There are. Hello. Yeah.
Muted, sir. You can continue.
Sure, sir. Thank you. There are OER organizations which helps support in through technology, support through financially, support through funding to develop your open educational resources. Such organizations, we call it as a open educational resources organization. So these are the few of the examples. As I have told, there are millions of open educational resources are available, but I tried to give you a few examples. You can do this exercise yourself, but these are the few important open journals or articles which are available on a as a OER can be these. For example, many of you might have been knowing DOS, which is a directory of open access journals, Core, Elsewhere Open Access, JSTOR Open Access, Springer Open Access. These, the remaining three are a publisher, commercial publisher with the open access model. They are also publishing many of these journals or articles. You will find these and you can utilize these as additional resources for your online or a digital teaching. So open book, these are the few open book resources: Bookboon, Dobe, Intech Open, LibreText, OAPN, OER Commons, Open Textbook, OER Oregon, OpenStax, Wikibook. Wikibook, many of us are using Wikipedia, but I suggest you to go also to Wikibook, Wikimedia. What is Wikimedia? I will tell you in a later part. Wikibook is also very good. OpenStax, I must tell you, it is a US based open educational resource publication into open books. They announced yesterday itself that they are getting a funding of a 12.5 million rupees from Bill Gates Foundation. Bill and Medenta Foundation is giving them $12.5 million to double their publications. You will find very wonderful open books on that platform. They are, by the end of next year, they are going to double their publications. So such foundations, these NGOs can come up to support these open educational resources to give opportunity for open access publishers. So these are the open multimedias, which includes images, videos, 85 free stock books, art images, Flickr, free images, Wikimedia Commons. Most of the images what Wikipedia page hosts are coming from Wikimedia Commons. As a contributor, you can also contribute. You have your own photographs to Wikimedia Commons, which any academician can use it freely. So Hippocampus and OpenVideo, last two are Hippocampus and Open Videos, where you can find educational and academic videos. So as I've told you, for the STEM is science, technology, engineering, and medical, where the practical knowledge get a more weightage than a classroom teaching, because you cannot get access to the practical experiments through reading or just through writing. In such case, due to this pandemic, most of our college practical labs or laboratories are closed. Then what our students will do? Either we can do the experiment in these laboratories and you can make videos and share it. Otherwise also, there is an option for them to conduct these practical experiments in a digital platform or an online mode. That is called open simulation or a virtual lab. Though these are the few examples, online resources for science laboratories. This particular link will take you to an Excel page where more than 400 these simulations or virtual labs are listed. So you can make use of that. Lab Exchange is one beautiful open simulation tool which is available. APA, it is especially for online psychological laboratory, which is also came up with the open simulation or a virtual lab. Meritol is a one good platform. Open simulation interface, PHET interactive simulation, which I loved it much. Even it can be used for primary school to high school education to the university level of education. And my open math is for the mathematician and the statisticians. It is very useful for them to conduct the experiments and exercises. So nowadays, many of you might have received, as an academician, I receive a lot of these open courses invitations. Many of our teachers and teaching fraternity is also getting these invitations for these open courses. You might have also know these MIT Open Courseware, which is MIT is the world's #1 technical institute. They have their open courseware. The Open Courseware, the Sailor Academy, Open Learning Initiatives, Open Course Library, OUR, Khan Academy in the case. Then the Coursera. Coursera, many of you might have already received an invitation from the Coursera. Coursera is actually they are the commercial course developer. But due to this pandemic, they have made more than 350 courses of them as a open courses. I have not listed because they are actually a commercial course developers, but due to this pandemic, they have made their 350 courses free to enroll and free to use it. So one can use, and in USA, with these open textbook and open courses, more than 48 of their universities are making use of these open courses, and they are covering their 48% of a syllabus through these open courses only. There are a study available. So as I told you, open educational resource repositories, that means, hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Sir, I'm audible, na?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Okay. These are the open educational resource repositories, because as I have told you in the above slides, I made an attempt to explain the few of the important types of OERs. So all these types of OERs can found in a one particular platform, which are called as a open educational repositories, where they host all these kind of things. OER Commons. OER Commons is most widely used OER repository in the world, which hosts millions of open educational resources. Such other things are like OpenLearn, OpenStax, OpenUpEd, OrangeGrow, NCLOR, Kuriki, Digital Commons Network, iBerry, Open Knowledge, such things. And as I have already told you, there are open educational resources search engines, where you can go to these search engines and do exercising use to search for the keyword of your interest. For example, if you are looking for any of the practical simulation on any of the experiments, there you can do the searches. So it not only gives you from the one platform, it will give you resources from a multiple open educational repositories, where if you can consult open educational resources, you will find the resource, but as they are hosting only limited. But if you are searching it through open educational resources with the same keyword, you can get a multiple options. So such things is, one is the Creative Commons search, which I already told you, Creative Commons licensing. On that platform, we have this CC search, which enables you to search all Creative Commons licensed materials, open educational resources, which you can freely use with the limited restrictions. There is one more called MOM, that is Mawson OER MetaFinder. Oasis OER Commons, which is again a repository as well as a search engine. Expert is a one more search engine which is made by Nottingham University to search open educational resources. So when we say these, most of these open educational resources, when what we discussed is mostly coming from abroad. Few of these content might have been developed in India, but it is being hosted in the other part of the globe other than India. Now, in this third part of my presentation, we are going to look into the open educational resources and initiatives developed and hosted in India. Mostly these are by the MHRD, which is now Ministry for Education, which is funded and supported through Ministry of Education, Government of India. So to come to first one, that is National Repository of Open Educational Resources, in short NROER, which is again funded by Ministry of Education, which is launched by TIFR and TIS in 2013, which covers many in subject in many languages for a primary, secondary and higher secondary classes in many format. It has its content in video, image, audio and documents, and it has more than 19,000 e-resources. It is hosting 19,000 e-resources for on this particular platform. So this is again e-Pathshala. E-Pathshala is again developed by NCERT in 2015, which is again provides educational resources for the teachers, students, and parents of first standard to 12th standard. It gives you a variety of resources like e-textbook, e-resources in the sense it gives materials in audiovisual formats, periodicals. It covers very good periodicals for the educational purpose. It can be used for B.Ed program or for the M.Ed program where education is involved. They can also use not only for these primary and high schools or pre-college, PU colleges. It can be used for the educational colleges as well. This is Swayam. I hope many of you are already aware of this Swayam, which is study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds, which is again developed by Ministry of Education in 2017 with the help from Microsoft. It is according to a report in March 2020, Swayam has 2,748 courses by 203 participating institutes. They, according to this same report, there are 1.25 crore enrollment have been already done. So many of the universities and the colleges are using these Swayam programs as an alternative for few of their credits. When there is a credit-based analysis or examination, in that case, the few of the universities in India also, they are giving few of the credits dedicated to Swayam. So the students are compulsorily need to acquire their skills through this Swayam platform, undergoing these online courses. Swayam Prabha again developed in 2017 with the support from Ministry of Education, which gives access to 32 DTH channels developed by high quality educational programs and content developed by NPTEL, IITs, universities, NCERT, and many other institutes of higher education. And content can be accessed by creating login ID with freely. One can directly use it from this online platform called swayamprabha.gov.in to access the content. Otherwise, the government also given permission to Airtel, Tata Sky kind of DTH providers to host these courses online. So on Airtel DTH, you will find these Swayam Prabha courses on a channel number 437 to 39. In Tata Sky, you can find it on a 756 channel number. And they also come up with a mobile app. One can download their mobile app and start watching these programs. So ePG Pathshala again developed by Infiblet in a support from MHRD, which covers more than 70 plus subjects, which was earlier UGC MOOCs, ePathya and eAdhyayana, which collaboratively they have made it as a ePG Pathshala, which is mostly useful for these PG educational purpose. As I have told you, it covers more than 70 plus subjects with a 723 subjects, various subjects. They are hosting more than 20,000 ebooks, text ebooks. Please note it down. They already hosting 20,000 e-textbooks, 90,000 video recordings by 3,200 subject experts. They are recording it from the Professor Emeritus kind of status professors who are the very experts in their particular subjects, who are domain experts. With them, they have developed. And if you want to evaluate your students through online, they also are hosting more than 30,000 quizzes for the students. You can make utilize of those things. This is NPTEL. I think I have already seen your librarians' effort to make this popular. As for the others, This is National Program on Technology Enhancement Learning, initiated in 2003 by 7 IITs and the Indian Institute of Science. It is made open to all in 2014 and which covers courses in engineering, basic science and selected humanities and management courses for undergraduate and PG level courses. And till 2019, they are hosted more than 2000 courses on this particular platform, and they have already crossed more than 1 crore enrollment for examination. They are not made mandatory for any enrolled student. Either he can just learn and leave it. If want to certified, then in that case they have to make a certain fee payment and to enroll for this examination. In that case, what will happen? They will get a certificate of a passing and all other things. So the certificate examination with a nominal fee will help them to get certified. Otherwise also one can use their courses for the learning and the teaching purpose only. So National Digital Library of India, which is again launched by IIT Kharagpur in support of Ministry of Human Education, Human Resource Development in 2016, and which is made public in 2018. It is hosted nearly 5 crore resources. As you can see, it gives access to educational materials based on your category of a study. For example, it will give you access to the content from KG to PG. That means from kindergarten to the post-graduation level kind of a materials you will find based on your level of education. It covers most of the subjects like technology, social science, literature, languages, medical, etc. And it also hosts the content in a variety kind of a content like books, audio books, video lectures, presentations, notes, simulation, question papers, question banks, etc. And contents not only restricted to English or Hindi, it also hosts a content in Tamil, content in Bengali, content in Marathi, content in Kannada. So there is a variety of content which is from variety of languages are available, and it also helps you to find access to these institutional repositories of varieties of higher educational institutes, especially these CFTIs and the universities. And they are also hosting now Shodh Ganga, Shodh Gangotri into this National Digital Library. So you will find these published content from these institute of national importance on this particular platform. So this is again one more initiative by MHRD, which is eYantra. It is especially very useful for engineering students and teachers. It is an initiative by IIT Bombay, which gives you a practical solution to real world problems. So they host many video materials as well as they host the workshops over there. This is again one more, the free or a library and open source software for education. Many of our teaching fraternity or a teaching teachers are looking for a open source software to support their online teaching and a research purpose. In that case, this particular platform can be very helpful them to find the tools which are available for in support to their educational exercises. It is this particular platform hosting around 100 plus lab migration and 150 plus tutorials how to use these free and open source softwares. This is again one more effort by Ministry of Education on a spoken tutorial. Spoken tutorial will also help you not only to identifying these free and open source software, it will give you tutorials how to use these open source software, because the government of India is promoting IT literacy through open source software. So this is a platform where you can find the learning materials or actual teaching materials as well as learning materials for these open source softwares. This is again virtual labs. This is being developed in support from the Ministry of Education with the help from 7 IITs, 1 NIT, and 2 more private universities. The only one NIT is a part of this virtual lab is my host, my institute, which is National Institute of Technology, along with other 7 IITs. They are developing wonderful world-class simulations or a virtual lab. They have already developed more than 700 plus simulations for higher secondary UG and PG experiments, especially useful for science and technology engineering domain. This is eGyanakosha. You might be already aware. This is a digital repository of IGNOU courses. You will find all the course materials of IGNOU on this
So your
particular
screen is not visible.
My screen is not visible, madam.
Ma'am, visible, ma'am. Please pin sir presentation.
It is
Kirana
visible.
sir presentation. Visible. It's visible.
Visible, no, sir? Shall I go ahead?
Yeah.
You can continue.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So, just a second, sir. As I told, eGyanakosha is a national digital repository for IGNOU. As you might be aware, IGNOU is a parallel open university for across India, which is hosting the similar UG and PG and diploma courses, which our actual conventional universities and colleges are running. So you will find most of their teaching materials on this particular platform, which you can use it as a alternative resources for your students to recommend. So Vidyamitra, again, Vidyamitra is online developed by our own Infliblade, which is online learning portal for e-contents, which is again hosted in various subjects. You can read it out the subjects over there, that it gives you a content for agricultural sciences, biological sciences, chemical sciences, physical sciences, medical and health sciences, engineering and technology, social science, arts and humanities. It also gives you online course materials, expert notes, e-books, video lecture, etc. It has more than 46,000 UG content and 20,000 plus PG content. And it also has 44,000 e-textbooks and 66,000 e-tutorials or video lectures hosted on their platform. So this is again one more effort by Department of Higher Education of MHRD. This is Sakshat, which is like a one-stop educational portal. So all these ICT initiatives are listed over here. Other than also there are many stuffs which are not I have listed, but if you can find it useful, all these things are available on this Sakshat with a brief introduction and a link to those resources. So here we came to our fourth and most important part of this presentation, that is few OER adoption in a higher education. How you can make these OER adoption into the higher education, in particular to learning and teaching exercise. So many of you might have been developing your own courses or a course or a teaching materials. Nowadays, earlier you used to distribute in the classes, you used to dictate these notes. Now you are distributing it through email or some WhatsApp kind of stuffs. But there are chances that certainly in future somebody might be looking for those materials. In that case, if it is accidentally deleted or something, if WhatsApp has been changed, in that case, this open journal system, which is usually used to host these open access journals, can be an alternative platform. So whatever teaching materials you developed with a subject area or with a teacher can be hosted as a one journal. which can be used as a repository. So this is one alternative kind of a material to host it. And whenever, the one good thing about this open journal system is, if you are divided a teacher or a subject category as a one journal, the moment you upload any content over there, the users can get alert through email system. This is again an institutional digital repository of NITK. We are also hosting our faculty publication, thesis, dissertation, like that. All the teaching materials or learning materials can be stored in your institutional digital repository for future and the current use. So lecture capturing, many of you are hosting your online teaching through platforms like Google, Gmail, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, etc. In that case, it allows you to record those things. But where to host? You can host it on your institutional server, and you can create a similar kind of a lecture capturing and hosting platform where your user can go and just refresh themselves or do the same exercise once again. This is, as I already told you, OpenStax is a peer-reviewed, open licensed, 100% free ebook platform, which is currently hosting more than 1,000 books. When you search for these resources over here, which is distributed among various subject categories like math, science, social science, humanities, business, and the category levels of the education. For example, here I made an attempt to search for books in algebra. So it is not only giving me just books on a list, it also gives me options. What kind of a course, what kind of ebooks you are looking for. For example, there is a pre-algebra, algebra for elementary level algebra books. There is a intermediate level algebra book. There is a college level. There is a algebra and a trigonometry. So it gives you a variety of materials. Not only that, along with the book, it gives you a instructor resources. Instructor resources is, for example, there might be a presentation which might be helpful in making them understand this course. So it gives you a presentation. It gives you a question bank, supporting materials to prepare yourself. If any simulations are available as open educational resources, it gives you access to those links also. Not only that, even once you share this link with the student can also get these student resources. Student resources like what are the reference books available on this particular course, and what are the other question banks, the previous questions. Like that, it gives a resource, supporting resources along with the books to the instructor and to the students. And as I told you, Wikibooks is a very wonderful platform. Our wiki kind of a usage is very restricted to Wikipedia, but I suggest you to go to the Wikibooks. Wikibooks, currently it is hosting more than 3,000 plus books in variety of subjects like computing, engineering, humanities, languages, mathematics, miscellaneous, science, social science, etc. And it hosts 86,000 plus pages. And the one best thing is, if you are interested to develop your own book, either individually or through collaboration, you can start your own Wikibook development using this particular platform. And again, here you need not to host it on your own website or something. Wikipedia is going to help, Wikibooks is going to help you to host that particular ebook. So this is one example of ebook, which is Introduction to Sociology. It is again a collaborative effort, and it is how useful for the student sees once as an editor you say it is being developed fully and thoroughly, you can open it to the public domain. And once you open to the public domain, the users can either take a print of this And as a student or a teacher, one can download the PDF version also. Like that, this particular platform is helpful. The course, MIT course is open courseware, which gives you a variety of cross-disciplinary subject lists or other things. Currently, it's hosting more than billions of courses. Like this is one example which is I found it very useful for my management courses, that is on principles of microeconomics. And you can see here at the left side what all it gives. It gives a course home where you can find the what all the coverage. It gives you a syllabus. If it is similar to your syllabus, you can use it for your teaching and a learning exercise. Not only that, it gives you a lecture of videos, lecture notes, handouts, assignments, and for the teachers, it gives instructor insights, which can be useful for you for teaching your courses. As I have told you, there are a lot many search engines are available. This is one CC search engine where you can make a use of this search engine to locate content relevant for your keyword. OER Commons, it can be treated as a OER repository. Along with that, you can also treat it as a OER search engine. You can see it gives you a variety of digital learning materials based on the subject, based on the education level. For example, in a particular subject like mathematics, if you are looking for a college or a upper division or a graduate level material, you can restrict your search to the graduate level search. Like that, it gives you open educational resources. Simulations, as I have told you, there are variety of simulations, more than 700 simulations developed by our own Indian virtual labs. This is one of the example. You can see at the right side, you can make a changes into the parameters. With the changing parameters, you can see the results. So few of the other publishers also gives you a simulation for the online teaching. For example, this particular simulation is being developed by PHET. So I will give you a small example over here. You can use how you can use it. You can use it, for example, if you are teaching them a balancing act, you can directly use it like this. So again, if you want to make a changes, so using this simulation, if you start teaching your student, they will easily understand. So how it works and all other things. Not only that, it also have the balancing labs. So for example, with a variety of materials, how you can make the balancing act. And along with that, they have the exercises as well. You can use this to make them aware about these exercises. They are giving you a variety of online simulations, and along with these tests and all other things, you can give them online exercises. You can make them to check, and you can help them to understand how these exercises actually works. This is one more again. Let me show you. This is very useful for online teaching, especially for the mathematics and all other things. They can use it for the graphs and all. This has been again developed by the Fluidity Software Incorporation. So simulation for this is online teaching. So you can draw like this, all these things. So you can make exercise these things. You can use it. You can make the graphs as well like this. So you can use these open educational resources for your online teaching. This is again, this is recently I came up with this OER world map. They approached me through my Twitter handle that I am conducting variety of webinars on OERs. So they suggested me to go through their website. How this OER world map helps you. It OER world map collects and visualizes data on a growing number of activities in the field of open education worldwide. So, for example, there might be a teacher in a Middle East or from the European country might be developing something. So, you can, using this OER world map, you can collaborate with them. Or else, if you have developed something, you can find a reviewer in those particular fields. So with that, it will help you to collaborate, and with the collaboration, it will help you to accelerate the evolution of a global OER ecosystem. So I suggest you to go to this oerworldmap.org to find what exactly currently the world is developing. If you find interesting, you can collaborate with them, you can evaluate their content. So the open education system will get the momentum. So with this, I here come with the conclusion. So open educational resources are the smallest pedagogical move which can have an enormous impact on our teaching and learning modes. With a hybrid into the place, I think the future will no more similar what it was in 2019, because many of us not aware or not imagined what it was to, teaching in 2020. Many of might have been last year of October. Many of us may not have thought that our teaching, the classroom teaching, will move to a mobile-based or a laptop-based teaching. So these OERs are a smallest pedagogical move which can help, and it can bring a lot of impact to this online or a hybrid teaching. And this OER empowers teaching exercise, not only teaching, it will helpful for the teachers. The collaboration will increase. You cannot spend more time into the preparation. If somebody is already existing, those things can be used for the learning and teaching exercise, and it will help effective teacher-student communication, and it is very easily affordable, and equally it is very helpful for a lifelong learning, and it promotes technology enhanced teaching and learning. And with the OER in place, learning never stops, because many of us in a March are stopped learning or a teaching exercise. With the increased online teaching and all other things, the learning kicked up. So it is started again, but it is not going to, the learning and teaching exercise will no more similar which was earlier. So we have to adopt these OERs, and we have to thankful these OER developers who helped us in this online teaching era. So with this, here is my small acknowledgement to the content developers of different resources, which this presentation is to help the learners and researcher to understand the topic for academic and research use. Wherever possible, the source links have been provided. However, any omission is duly regretted. And as a presenter, I acknowledge this and thanks the various content creator and owners of these OERs whose contents are used in this presentation. With this, I would like to thank the institutional authority for giving me opportunity, and special thanks to my fellow colleague, Dr. Senthil Kumar sir, for giving me this opportunity. So now open to all. Sir, over to you.
Participant, if you can any query, please ask to start.
First of all, let me thank you, Sattar sir. Wonderful presentation, and really it is resourceful. If you can share the presentation
Sure,
with us, it would be very nice.
Sure, sir. Sure.
And especially for school education, sir.
Yes, sir.
I am a school librarian. So few resources you have mentioned. Apart from that, is there any more, sir?
There are varieties, sir. There are variety kind of things. That's why I suggest you to go to these OER repositories and the search engines. Okay. So those things can help you. For example, at the elementary level, the education will be much more similar. When most of us are into the English-based learning, so there are variety of open educational resources are available in a video and a audio format, and there are webcasts are available. There are exercises, simulations. As I told you, these simulation can make your student to understand how the balancing act is a very simple these things, because I being the librarian, I cannot do some justification if I use any hard simulations. That's why I took this balancing act. This is very simple, but it will help elementary school students to understand how the weights work. So there are variety of other resources are available. So we can explore those things, but with a shortage of time, I could able to showcase only few of the important ones according to my knowledge as well as my experience, how it goes. But there might be a very important resources which I might have not listed over here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Any other query from participant? So some of the query in chat box, sir, please wait.
Sure, sir.
So what about the LIS feature and how to update us from Rajaraja Solan?
Sir, many people have this impact that with the online resources and digital resources, library profession is no more exist, because many of us think that if print books or a physical library goes away, so our profession is under threat. I don't feel that, sir. I don't feel, because our professional importance is much more increased, because anybody can publish anything on the online platform now with the web 3.0 or web 2.0. Anybody can publish anything, and who is going to authenticate those things? It is again the responsibility of a library professionals to authenticate those things. I could able to see many of these articles or theses which are available on Shodh Ganga also. There are research scholars or researcher are quoting Wikipedia as their reference, which is not true, because Wikipedia is a open editable repository or a thesaurus, which what it exists today may not be same tomorrow, because somebody in between can change it. So in that case, it can't be treated as a authenticated source for any referencing. So in a similar way, might be a blog post by a Nobel laureate also need to be authenticated. So in such cases, I don't feel our profession is under threat or something. We are going to have ample opportunities with the hybrid learning and a teaching process. So library is going to evolve more with more opportunities rather than cutting short of the opportunities, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. One more question, sir. How many authentic educational resources are there to impel value-based educations?
Can you please come again, sir?
How many authentic educational resources?
Sir, most of the things which I have listed, which are supported by these open educational organizations, are authenticated. As I have told you, this particular OpenStax, you could have seen those are 100% reviewed content they have. Those are reviewed by the subject expert. So there you will have, like the most of these open educational resources are supported by the universities or the educational foundations, like as I've told you, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and all other things. So they are taking the efforts to evaluate those things to before they come into the these open educational resources platform. But however, the evaluation need to be taken care at the personal level, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. participant? If you can, any query? Nandini ma'am?
Yes, sir.
You can continue next, sir.
Hope everyone got clear with their doubts. Once again, thank you so much, sir, for the enlightening session. Now I call upon Dr. K.R. Senthil Kumar, librarian, Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology, to deliver vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. First of all, I put my gratitude to our CEO and Secretary, sir, for giving this opportunity to associate with this institution and to organize this wonderful national webinar on open educational resources for teaching in digital environment. I also thank Principal of NIET, Dr. P. Maniyarasan, sir, for his full support and guidance for this event. Personally, I want to thank today's chief guest and my friend, Mr. Irana Satter, Assistant Librarian, Central Library, National Institute of Technology, Karnataka, for accepting our invitation. And also, I thank Dr. Salini Bhakyam Kamala, Head of the Department, SNH, for giving welcome address. And I thank Dr. P.T. Vijayaraj Kumar, Director, NIET Affairs, for giving President's address and introduction of chief guest. I thank one of my friend, Mr. Suresh from Royal Enfield, Chennai, and Mr. Jaychandran from BITS Bilani, Dubai, and Devane from Sivagangai district. And I also thank AO, IT Administration Director, all the department HOD, faculty of NIET, students, and my library team. I special thank to NIET MBA department student, Ms. Nandini, for overall handling the MOC section. Finally, I thank to all the participants for joining today national webinar. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sir, thank you very much, sir, for this wonderful opportunity to share my little bit of experiences.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Really wonderful session, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Participant, we have posted feedback form in chat box. You can fill and get the certificate. If you have any query, please mail us. We will answer within 1 or 2 days.